Yeah, this is the you know assignment topics which I have given right on 1/7/2020 before itself. Okay, as for our plan, right now we are supposed to start from 1/7, but this work is pending from everyone, right? You know, I think I've already shared this with you all, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
I think all of you need to start preparing your right course contents based on my guidelines and start presenting it, and we'll have there'll be an interactive session as and when you discuss your topic, and you need to be follow it right now, one after the another continuously. So don't postpone this work. This will resume from next class onwards itself. Today I'll give a chance for you all. Okay, no need of presenting it today. But next class onwards, you're supposed to plan it accordingly. That's the first thing. And you know that my quiz 2 is scheduled on the in Saturday. I've already shared that. I'm working towards it. The syllabus is there will be in chapter number 3 and chapter number 4. Okay. You need to study there will be in both chapters for your quiz program. Yeah, with this note, let me start sharing my PPTs for today's class. Yeah, my slide is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So today's topic is right remote network monitoring. In a short form, we call that's an Rmon. We have there'll be an two Rmons basically. One we identified as Rmon 1 and another is an Rmon 2. As and when we progress with this particular unit course contents, you will understand the different versions and different functionalities of these two uh, yeah, protocols. First and foremost, we have to understand that what is an Rmon is. I think this is a standard monitoring specification that enables various networks, monitors, and control system to exchange network monitoring data. In the sense that, the moment you use there will be an hormones. These hormones will monitored information. It gathers information and analyzes the information locally, which can be transmitted to a network monitoring or a management station. It may be a network management station or it may be a remote network management station. You can remember three keywords. One is an information monitored, gathered, and analyzed. You can deploy these hormones in each and every network, in the sense that instead of having there will be a network management system solution at the workstation, even you wanted to know the status of your network, maybe at LAN or maybe uh, different networks, whatever you use it within the campus or within the organization, definitely you can utilize this particular protocol. That's normal. Yeah, this network monitoring, remote network monitoring (MIB) was developed by the IETF. I think all of you are very familiar with that IETF. This is an Internet Engineers Task Force to support monitoring and protocol analysis of LANs. And in fact, it is a very simple solution compared to your NMS. Even the overhead involved in case of there will be in remote network monitoring, right, is very low, because at the moment you started using NMS, right, where NMS trying to provide, there will be a number of functionalities and task which you want to be analyzed. Obviously, the cost is going to become there will be more, but that you can prevent it by using your Rmons itself. Yeah, the original version focused on OSI layer 1 and layer 2 information in Ethernet, and there'll be in token ring networks. Because the moment we talk about something you want to be monitored, something you want to be analyzed, something you want to be right, gathered, that need to be happen at layer 2 only. Okay, I think most of the time we use this at that particular layer. You may ask me a question here, sir. Already we have come across NMS. Already we have there will be an SNMP to communicate between agent and a manager, right? Why do you require there will be an again this particular protocol? As I said already, with the rapid growth of internet services, the number of resources which we use geographically are more and more. As the resources are more and more, it is very difficult to have a particular solution to monitor your network resources. Some of you may go for the LBN NMS, some of you go for the LBN Rmons. Okay, the solution may be addressed locally, or the solution may be addressed globally also. It depends upon the complexity of the network that you are supposed to be right understood here. Even if you look at the diagram, whatever you have it here, you have SNMP management platform, IP network, right, on the left hand side, and on the right hand side again you have another LAN. Look at there. There is an Rmon is deployed over there, okay, where that particular Rmon is going to monitor, right, the network traffic flow of that network alone. And even you would like to have monitor something on the left hand side, if it is some other network, in the sense it may be an FDDI network, or it may be an ATM network, or it may be your what do you call Ethernet network. Then again you need to deploy, there will be a separate Rmon for it. I mean, you need to use independent Rmon at every network to manage your network resources locally. You cannot have there will be in same Rmon for there will be an n number of networks, right, which you may have in your organization, or which you may have in your campus. Okay, again, if you have there will be an only one and you are trying to analyze that, again it is going to become there will be a more complex. Okay, let me understand some of the benefits of Rmon before going in detail about it. So the first point talks about it monitors and analyzes locally and relays data, less load on the network, right? Because since you're monitoring it and you're trying to fix up any issues, then in there itself, right? And also you can set privileges accordingly, Okay, so as a result of that, load is going to be reduced within your own network. Needs no direct visibility by NMS. That is another important point which you're supposed to be noted. Uh, and it provides there will be a more reliable information to the network user basically. Rather, I could say that it also provides there will be an information who is going to manage your network. Okay, it permits monitoring on a more more frequently basis. Okay, I mean, you can set there will be in times, let us say you want to note down there will be the statistical details of your network traffic flow for every, you know right, 100 seconds or 180 seconds. So those kinds of there will be in threshold you can set it. That is possible again. Because of that, any kind of diagnosis which you want to identify it, that happens at a very faster rate. That's where we talk about faster fault diagnosis. Better statistics, this is a most important point, because when I say there is a better statistics, whatever you want to be explore with respect to your network resources, those things you can extract it very easily. Something like that. Let us say I want to evaluate and analyze the performance of my network traffic with certain metrics. I may consider in a particular instance of a time only two, or maybe three, maybe four, maybe five. Again, it all depends upon how you are trying to explore your network traffic. That matters. So that's where we talk about better statistics. I have some of the metrics relating to that. Maybe in next coming slides, you will understand some of the metrics. I mean, statistics details of it. And also, you can just take up. This is going to become one simple, right? Project, and you can start working. If you would like to gain, there will be a knowledge towards right working on. There will be an hormones, and it increases productivity for administrators. I think this is an obvious point. The moment you fix up, there will be in faults, and get to know many things. Productivity of administrator is going to be improved drastically, and as a result of that, right, higher network availability is possible for the user. So I think these are all some of the major benefits you get it from there will be an Rmon. I mean, it is common for Rmon 1 and there will be an Rmon 2. The moment we talk about there will be an Rmon 1, right? I mean, Rmon 2. In addition to these things, we have there will be an well-defined, authenticated, security aspects in case there will be an Rmon 2. Let me talk about some of the hormone statistics. So this is one kind of use case, or you can call it as a case study, where you want to analyze there will be the network flow with respect to Ethernet LAN, right? I mean, just an example, right? You can have uh, your own details for it, or else let us say you're simulating, you're designing a network topology for a local area network of Ethernet with 5 to 10 systems, and you wanted to write the Ethernet statistics for the same thing. You can write it. It's not an issue. Yeah, where the first column talks about there will be the interface index, or there will be the type. Okay, maybe the kind of Ethernet is the fast Ethernet here, and you know that the moment we talk about there'll be in fast Ethernet, the speed of that is there'll be in right. Any idea what is the speed of there'll be in fast Ethernet? Anyone of you? Hello. What is the speed of fast Ethernet? Transmission speed of fast Ethernet? Am I audible to all of you? Hello?
Yes, sir.
What is the speed of fast Ethernet?
Um, is it 100 Mbps or?
Yeah, that's exactly correct. So it is an 100 Mbps. See, these are all some of the basic things which you are not supposed to forget. Basically, see, we talk about Ethernet, then we talk about fast Ethernet, then we talk about high speed Ethernet, then we talk about uh, gigabit Ethernet, then we talk about there'll be an high speed gigabit Ethernet. Okay, four variants of Ethernet, you must aware of it all the time. Okay, so one is 10 Mbps, 100 Mbps, 1000 Mbps, or it is nothing but 1 Gbps. And fast gigabit Ethernet, high speed gigabit Ethernet is 10 Gbps. Those variants you must remember always, right? And the interface description is available in the second column, of course, right? This is maybe most of the time we go ahead with right, fast Ethernet interface, which right, the port, whatever you configure it, that description you're supposed to be write it there, and there'll be the number of packets which we can use it maximum that is available associated to that interface description, right? You may ask me a question here, why that is going to be varied, because if I look at the first row, the actives are going to become 33,000, sorry, that's an 3,38,487. But whereas in the second case or in the fourth row, it is 7,834 actives itself, right? Why is it so? Why not, you don't have, there will be an unique number of actives in each interface description. Any answer from any one of you? Why is it so?
Sir, is it based on the number of packets sent?
Yeah. See, because what happens, as and when the traffic is right flowing, the number of packets you are trying to open up, and you want to snip it, and you want to record that basically. Okay, as in when you have, there will be the more number of packets, the size of the packets is also going to be increased accordingly. Things are going to be varied. Okay, it's not going to be remain same. Probably if you look at, there will be the fourth column, there is an packets, you have an answer for that as well. Okay, there is an actives. Then the next column is, there will be an broadcast packets, multicast packets, then CRC align errors. Okay, that is an cyclic redundancy check align errors, and undesired, there will be in packet. So when we talk about Rmon statistics, we have a very particular metrics or a parameters we can really look for Ethernet statistics. When I am saying these things are for Ethernet, you can also apply the same kind of statistics for other kind of networks. When I'm talking about other kind of networks, it may be an FTDI network, it may be an token ring network, it may be an ATM network, okay, or even you can extend that to the core network, right? When I say there will be a core network, obviously, the core networks are going to be designed and developed by FDDI backbone networks, okay, where most of your other networks are going to be well connected to the FDDI backbone network. I think you can visualize, you can understand. So in the sense that, let us say at the center, if I have, there is an FDDI backbone network, to this FDDI backbone network, I can connect one FDDI network, one Ethernet network, one ATM network, right? One token network, all of them are right, connected to backbone FDDI network. You cannot have there will be an ether network as the backbone network. That is ruled out. Okay, because the capabilities of that is very minimum compared to there will be in core FDDI network. You have any question here to ask me? Yeah, look at this GUI. I think is a pretty simple design, GUI design, which talks about there'll be a file, ethernet layer, protocol, network layer, application layer, probe, and in each heading you can come across with the associated functionalities, and you can showcase your statistics. So what I mean is, let us say you want to develop something by your own relating to, there will be an Rmon statistics. You can explore it. Okay, so that is what is needed. Yeah, this is the another right slide to talks about Rmon Ethernet error statistics with a polling interval of there will be in 30 seconds. As I said, you can set your own interval time to snip the packet data which is flowing across the network, right? Sometimes we may set there will be the interval time maybe in 30 seconds, sometimes maybe in 100, sometimes it is going to become there will be 180. It depends upon there will be the traffic flow and the kind of issues which you would like to fix it. So that matters. If the traffic potential is very less, obviously you can extend your interval time. There will be more. It is something like that, in a traffic signal of Bangalore, right? Where you would like to cross, there'll be in traffic signals. The traffic is less, obviously they may give there'll be in 1 minute. If the traffic is going to become more, they may set for there'll be in 30 seconds. It's like that. Okay, and you can look for some more events here. You have, there is an port statistics, drop events, CRC alignment errors, undesired there'll be in packets, oversized packets, fragments. Okay, then you have collisions, and you have there'll be in jobbers. Okay, many more. I think you can add up some more of your own as and when you start exploring it. Okay, that is the real way of exploring. There will be an Rmon statistics irrespective of the network you use it, as and when you're using the LBN network services. Let me move on to the next right part of it. So we need to understand various components we have in case there will be an ARMA. Probably by looking into the diagram, you can easily identify those things which I have summarized here on the left hand side. At the extreme right, we have, there will be an Rmon probe which is deployed at the LAN. Okay, that's where that Rmon probe is trying to do that monitoring, gathering, and analyzing. Okay, let us say you have, there will be one more LAN. Again, I am going to deploy or going to have, there will be an Rmon probe of uh, one more. That's it. Okay, and that's where the Rmon probe is. It gathers, there will be the data from the physical local area network or a device, whatever it's so. And you have, there is a data analyzer. uh, Data analyzer uh, uses processor to analyze the data, and it also uses, there will be an SNMP messages, right, where the SNMP messages uh, communicating between, there will be the manager and an agent, that, and that also you can observe it from this particular diagram as well. Yeah, it data analyzer also does, there'll be in probing and monitoring. Most of the time the operation is going to become passive, and we call this as an local probing, because it is not possible to have right, global probing here, because always we talk about with respect to uh, any kind of there'll be an probing at your site. That's where we talk about there's a local probing. Then monitored information gathered and analyzed locally, transmitted to a remote network management station, and you know we say that remotely monitoring the network with a probe itself. So in the sense that, let us say, uh, some right network traffic which you want to analyze, it is there on your local network, that you can probe it using your Rmon protocol. Okay. And that is going to be pass on to the LBN network administrator to analyze or fix up any kind of the LBN errors, right? Yeah, let me move on further. Whatever I have already mentioned regarding network configuration with the LBN Armans. I think if you look at the network configuration with Armans, you can understand here. Just see here. At the core, again, you have there is an FDDI backbone network, as I mentioned earlier, right? And on the right hand side, we have there will be an Ethernet LAN, right? We have there will be an Ethernet probe. Ethernet probe is Arman probe again. Again, Ethernet Arman probe, which is there on the right hand side, extreme right. And apart from that, you have there will be an NMS also, right? So again, it is left to the user or the organization whether we need to have both. Okay, whether it's Ethernet probe is there, shall we use there as an NMS? So it's something like that. You'd like to have it, you can have it. That's not an issue. But you need to spend there'll be a more cost towards it. That is going to become there'll be an overhead. If it is going to become very simple networks, that may not be essential. That you need to think about it. Then on the upper side, you have there is an FDDI probe. So because we talk about FDDI network, it uses there'll be an FDDI probe. We are trying to identify each Rmon probe with its corresponding network probe. Okay, it's nothing but there will be an FDDI Rmon probe, Ethernet Rmon probe, like that. And even at the bottom, you have a remote ring probe. Remote ring probe is again remote token. Sorry, that's an token ring probe. It's a token ring Rmon probe, that is okay, which is connected to remote token ring local area network. And at the top again, you can just see that remote FDDI LAN. Right, again you can have its own. There'll be an Rmon probe. So it is not just these 4 or 5 networks alone. You want to be explore some of the things. Even you want to be connected some more networks into it. Yes, you can do that, right? So what happens is the moment you want to open up the packets which are flowing in your network, which you want to analyze something locally, that is possible with the help of your Rmon protocol. Okay, so that any kind of there'll be the overheads which happens at the NMS could be easily avoided, right, in a complex scenario. Okay, that you're supposed to be understand. I think that summary I have given it. And this is a just an exploration. You want to add something else, you can just add it. And even somebody ask you, right, design network configuration with the different hormones, then you can easily design it and you can talk about it. And as and when you're writing your network configuration with hormones with the different networks, you are supposed to understand the different network LAN topologies functionalities as well. See, when I'm talking of FDDI, how we can construct, or Ethernet LAN, how we can construct, or FDDI LAN, how we can construct, or token ring LAN, you're supposed to talk about those things. Let me move on further with the software configuration which comes under the LBN right Rmon, because we have understood that we are trying to extract a lot of information or statistics from a local network. How this is going to happen it, right? That question comes. Okay, to answer for that, we have a solution here. The solution is, we call it as in software configuration, right? So the software configuration network management station with a generic Rmon console application, which is deployed at the top. Look at there, right? Then Rmon alarms and events configured, SNMP configured details and statistics, which are flowing across your network, provides the information to your console application, right? And this flow of information happens from, there will be an end nodes to the root right station, right? I mean, this is, some terms of, there will be an hierarchical or tree structure of network topology. This is one kind of, there will be a local area network, looks like there will be a tree topology, or even if you have, there is a bus topology, or you have, there will be an ring topology, whatever it. So the flow of information happens in this particular manner only, with a very specific, well-defined software configuration which you want to be extracted, or which you want to, identify it on the statistics. Again, to understand, there will be in various statistics, the corresponding software must right available at the console application. Otherwise, it may not be possible. Yeah, this is where you have, there will be an Rmon compliant console manager, right, which is there on the left hand side for you, and on the right hand part you have, there will be the, you know right, your local area networks, and even you can have, there will be an one or more number of, there will be an hormone probes based on the complexity of the network, okay, or based on, there will be the number of networks you use it in your environment, that matters, right? Moving further, again, the focus is on right, MIBs, because we say that a lot of things on hormones, but how hormones are trying to provide a lot of details to console station, right, or to the administrator. It is possible because of the availability of MIPS in Ormon again. Okay, that's a management information base, right? Groups. We have, there will be an uh, totally, there will be an Ormon one Ethernet groups. I think you can just notice that, right? The first one is an Ethernet Rmon groups. The ID for that is Rmon 1 2. There will be an Rmon 9, which start from, there will be in statistics 1 is T2, Alrom 3, host 4, host top N 5. That's the ID what I'm talking about. That's matrix is 6, filter is 7, capture is 8, and event is 9. When we ask you a question, right, identify the different Ethernet Rmon groups of Rmon protocol, then you're supposed to write only 9 and you have to be explained. Rather, if I ask you, the Rmon 2, right, MIB groups, then you're supposed to write the other, groups which are available on the right hand side here. Okay, starting from, there will be 11 to, it goes on up to, there will be 19 groups in case of your Rmon protocols. And the middle one, whatever you have it here, that is for Rmon 10. It is extensively for token ring MIB. Okay, and again, in it we have, there will be in different right groups. Okay, because you want to explore something, right? It is not possible to having, there will be only one a group itself. Okay, so that's where we have many more in case of, there will be in token ring as well. Yeah, then more importantly, right? Rmon one supports there'll be textual conventions, right? So the moment we talk about textual conventions, most of your information, whatever you do it in case of your SNMP protocol, that is well connected with textual conventions, in the sense that you want to write, define any new data types in Rmon 1, you can utilize a textual convention for that purpose. So to do that, we have there been two things. One is an owner string, and the another one is entry status. Okay, one is owner string, the another one is an entry status. Both are extremely useful in the operation of Rmon devices, which are used by management systems to measure and produce statistics on network elements. Because as I mentioned already, network statistics, it is not just one or two metric statistics you are trying to explore. It's many more. Hence, owner string, and there'll be the entry status, you can have it accordingly. That is what is the very very important thing. The owner string is specified in the ASCII character set as a display string, right? That is the data type. And the information content of owner string contains information about the owner, which includes maybe an IP address, management station, a name, a network manager's name, location, or a telephone number. Even you want to add up something else, you can just add up that. That is possible. In order to understand, there will be the data types of entry status. You can just keep on adding the functionality or the status of that in a table structure. That's where things are available here. The entry status, as it states in this particular slides, it is creation and deletion of rows in a table. Okay, with appropriate, there will be a description. I think all the status are available here. States are maybe invalid. If it is invalid, it is an one. If it is create request, it's not -1. Remember, it is an hyphen symbol there. It's a valid. It is an one. Create request, it is 2. Under creation, it is 3, and it is an invalid, that is going to become 4. That is what is, you can just notice it on the right hand side of the table. That is the value what you have it for each one, and correspondingly you have, there'll be the description of each one, which talks about there'll be an the row exists, and it's and is whether it is an active or not, and it is fully configured and operational. That's the first one. I mean, we are trying to say that when it is valid, that's it. Very simple understanding here. Create request, create a new row by creating this object, right? So whenever you want to create new things, you can talk about that. And the third one is under creation, row is not fully active, right? It is yet under construction. We could say that. And lastly, we have there'll be an invalid, where you have delete the row by disassociating the mapping of this entry. I mean, these are all well defined and standard, uh, entry status of textual conventions of your Rmon one conventions. You're supposed to use these, right, status as it is, okay, without doing any changes of it. To talk about that, right, so we have some of the examples of there'll be textual conventions, okay, which includes loss create time tracks, that is change of the data with the changes in the control tables, and time filter, that is used to download only those rows that change after a particular time. We have, there will be an one for table, that's in bold, indicating there will be the indexes. I mean, this is relating to one particular you know uh, a count value starting from, there'll be in 0.1, it goes on in the incremental order, right, where any kind of there'll be changes may happen it right in between as well. So what I'm trying to say is, the kind of the traffic flow which happens, it's not going to become, there'll be in constant all the time, as you have mentioned from, there'll be I mean, understood from the statistics. The moment you open up the number of packets, accordingly the number of packets are going to be varied. Even you can notice that also in case of your textual conventions or whatever the table you looked at basically. And you have, there'll be many more examples relating to textual conventions. So rather I could say that if you want to describe anything relating to your network resources, you can write your own textual conventions along with the kind of you know what do you call, there will be an OID, then what is that, object description, and apart from that, you can also have, there will be your own TLB value for that. So the amalgamation of all these things comes under the Libyan textual conventions rather. Okay, so that is how you should take it up relating to Rmon textual conventions. Let me move further, right? That is relating to Rmon groups and Debian functions, right? This is a very important you know aspects, because the moment we talk about Debian Rmon, we need to follow the Debian various groups which are available. Okay, I think by looking into the diagram of the right hand side, you can understand that the various groups which are present in it. Uh, the first group is, there'll be in token ring statistics, okay, wherein you have, there'll be many more subgroups in it, which includes token ring statistics, token ring history. Then you have, there'll be in history control. That is the uh, one part of it, right? The second one is, there'll be the Ethernet statistics, right? Again, it goes with a similar rhythm as well. Again, again, Ethernet statistics, Ethernet history, and history control. And rather I could say that even you have some other kind of, there'll be the statistics relating to an ATM, or relating to, there is an FTD, same kind of, there'll be in patterns comes under that particular network statistics. Okay, so then host and conversation statistics, which talks about, there'll be an host statistics, then host top n statistics, then matrix statistics. Okay, so matrix statistics. So then you have a filter group, a packet filtering, channel filtering, right? Where you use these kind of parameters to filter your packets, and you capture that, and based on that, you're trying to provide the information to the network manager. And also you have the alerting the user, or maybe the network administrator, with the help of alarm generation and event generation, right, schemes, okay, to provide and to act upon it very quickly, right, during your network traffic flow of information. So that is what is happening in case of alarm, and there'll be an event generation. Holistically, if you look at the entire scenario of this, right, see there, you are trying to use your hormone to uh, monitor the data remotely, okay, or from, there'll be the local area network, and you're trying to use, there'll be in various kinds of, there'll be in statistics, okay, and you're trying to explore those things, and you're providing the information later to the network manager, right, or maybe one who is managing the network altogether. Okay, as a result of that, any kind of network management, or monitoring the whole process in a simple right local handling scenario, or maybe the complex handling scenario, becomes much more easier. So that is how you should follow all the things here, right? But as and when we go ahead with a statistics group, you're supposed to be follow some of the things relating to a statistics group, which is measured by a probe for each monitored a token ring and Ethernet interface on a device, basically. right? And subsequently, you wanted to identify some of the things, the corresponding, table gives you. Rather saying they'll be in tables, I could say that the Ethernet statistics table and token ring statistics tables are available to provide that information for you. Okay, that information maybe in terms of packet types, sizes, errors. Again, you have to recall the initial slide of my discussion, I mean today's discussion, relating to that. I think you want to add up something else more onto the statistics, you can just add up. There's no hard and I mean odd rule from my side, why only this, or why not it is something else. Okay, it's all how you are trying to explore it, that's it. However, the statistic group is used to measure live statistics on nodes and segments, or it may be in the commercial management system, which includes there'll be the features which are in a realistic environment, basically as and when the traffic is flowing across the networks. And also you can look for, there'll be an n number of MIB collisions can also be used to generate an alarm when the number exceeds a set of high threshold value. Okay, that is possible at the bottom two blocks, right, functionality. I think lot many things you can easily share and talk about these groups. Okay, to essentially the moment we talk about there'll be an host group, I think you can easily understand that the host group contains most of the time information about the host on the network. It compiles a list of hosts by looking at the good packets traveling the network and extracting source and destination MAC address as well. Okay, which is having its own MIB tables to extract the data. That is what is the host, right? Conversion, host and conversion statistics details. Uh, Wherein you have, there'll be one more, that is what is to be called as host top n group. The host top n group generates reports ranking the top n host in selected statistics categories. Okay, say for example, when you have, there'll be an right, what do you call, 20 right host, but whereas n group generates ranking of top n host, top 10 n host, in the sense that the traffic flow from the top 10 host may be varying from, say for example, 1 kb, 2 kb, 3 kb, 4 kb, 5 kb, say to 10 kb. Okay, those details you're trying to get it in case of the host top n group. Okay, I mean I'm just restricting that to only for 10 right, host here, not many thing. Wherein again, varies, it depends upon, there'll be the complexity of network. And as I mentioned, another one is there'll be a matrix statistics, so where it stores statistics on conversations between the pairs of host. An entry is going to be created for each conversation that the probes is going to be detected. There are three tables in this particular group. One we call, there'll be a matrix control table, then matrix source to destination table, and we have a matrix, there'll be an destination table, a DST table. Okay, so these three tables are available in case of there'll be an matrix statistics. I think if you take up, there'll be one or two examples later, you can understand that how that information is going to be stored in each case as well. So we are trying to say that these groups functionality, you're supposed to be talk about it in terms of, there'll be a host and there'll be in conversation statistics. And lastly, we have, there'll be a filter group. I think all of you worked out already regarding Vaishak, right? When you want to uh, you know uh, when we want to apply the Levin filters to analyze your network. So obviously, those things are going to be much more useful here, right? The filter group is used to base the capture of the filter packet on a logical expressions. Even you can use the Levin filter table or a channel table for that particular purpose, right? Again, even you want to use any kind of other filtering, so filtering you can do it based on protocol. Filtering you can do it based on, there'll be an what do you call, there'll be the size of the data which you want to filter it and you want to extract it. Again, it varies. Again, it's a service or the thing which you would like to extract it from your network traffic altogether. So that matters. I think you can just write this particular block diagram relating to our Rmon groups of Rmon groups, and there will be functions of each one. You need to be write it very clearly. More token ring statistics and Ethernet statistics, it's in one group. And host, and there'll be in conversation statistics where you need to be expand. There'll be in host top 10 matrix statistics. Again, host statistics is similar to, there'll be in host top n statistics, but you need to be clearly distinguish between those two statistics details. Apart from that, I think you can easily write down there'll be in filter group and the other two groups which you have at the bottom. I think you can easily write down your answers relating to Rmon groups and functions of right Rmon one. You call it as an Rmon one, or there will be an Rmon. Nothing to worry about it. Right, both are same, Rmon or Rmon one. All right. If you have any questions related to this, you can ask me a question. Right. I think I've already explained it's the corresponding tables which are available in case of there'll be an Rmon MIB groups. Okay, and groups are available in the first column. OID relating to each group is available, and the corresponding function is available along with, there'll be in tables. We call this an Rmon one. There'll be an MIB groups. I think I've already explained all these things to all of you. You can just go through it, right? And it's a very brief information. You'll get, there'll be a lot many more details as and when you go through right your textbook contents. But very right first-hand information you're going to get it from, there'll be from my slides here. Yeah, then there'll be an Rmon control and data tables. I think we required many more data associated and control tables relating to the Rmon. I think you can easily understand from this particular diagram. There'll be two things. One is in control table, where you have a control table, control entry, you have a control index, control data source, control table size, control owner, control status, and control other. The moment we talk about, there'll be a control entry, we'll be having number of control entries for multiple instances. Okay, what we have done in case of, there'll be an in case of, there'll be an earlier discussion. Okay, because that is going to be stored in case of, there'll be in matrix order only. That's where earlier discussions or matrix statistics are essential here. Unless you don't have that kind of, there'll be in structure, it may not be possible to extract these details basically. And correspondingly, there'll be a data table, you have a data entry, a data index, data that is an additional index, data other. I mean, you can just keep on adding it. It is not just there'll be in one row, two row, three row, four row. It keeps moving, right? The moment the data table relating to a particular resource, right, maybe one, or it may be two, or it may be multiple. It depends upon, there'll be the traffic flow altogether. However, if you look at these two tables, right, data table and a control table, which are closely interlinked with one another, because you want to control something, right, you want to retrieve something, you can use, there'll be an control index, right, or you want to index, extract only, there'll be the data index values, you can use, there'll be the data index value to extract it. That is possible. Okay, so this is relating to right, more and more number of Rmon capabilities of your resources, which are going to be deployed at the different local area networks. And this is the matrix control, and SD there will be a table. I think it is similar to the previous one, wherein we talk about right, two things. One is in matrix control table, matrix control entry. So where you have, there will be a matrix control with index 1, matrix control data source with uh, one, and the table size it may go up to, there will be an 10. I mean, not only 10, it moves like that. You can have your own right, related information you can add up into the matrix table basically. Okay, so that's where we are trying to talk about it. Matrix ST table is the source destination table. Control data source identifies the source of the data. Control table size identifies the entries associated with the data source, and control owner is the creator of the entry. Right? It is similar to your control table, and there is a data table, but here we are talking about there will be a matrix control table and matrix source to destination table details, and its associated blocks which comes under Rmon protocol altogether. Yeah, this is what is the groups which are available relating to token ring. As I said, even though we say that you have only right, what do you call, uh, token ring 10, further you can explore that too. There will be another kind of groups in it. Those details are available for you here. So starting from statistics, Promosi is statistics, MAC layer history. Okay, again, ring station order, ring station configuration, source routing. Okay, and the corresponding there will be functions of your Rmon token ring. MIB groups is available for you for more and more discussions. Then we have, there will be an Rmon TR extension group, that's a token ring extension groups. Okay, so which talks about, there will be an MAC layer statistics group. It collects, there will be in TR parameters. So TR is, there will be a token ring here. Then promo QSCS statistics group collects packets on sizes and types of, there will be the packets as well. And 3 groups are associated with the station most of the time. And we have, there will be many more right, extension groups in case of there will be in token ring. Yeah, that's what is for today's class to all of you. I think we will discuss further some more details on, will be in the last topic which I have mentioned, that is on token ring, further in the next class in detail. If you have any question, you can ask me, right? So otherwise we'll wind up the class. I think you have any questions?
Sir, it's Sujan, sir.
Yeah.
ಸರ್ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ.
Ah.
ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಸಾರಿ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಅದು ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ತಗೊಬೇಕಾ ಅಥವಾ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಓರಿಯೆಂಟೆಡ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾ ಸರ್?
See, the moment we talk about case studies, right, especially anything you want to design and build up to do any enterprise business applications, you require a network. Without network, how do you do it? Tell me. Correct?
ಸರ್ ಅದೇ ಸರ್, ಅದು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾ ಅಥವಾ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಓರಿಯೆಂಟೆಡ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕಂತ ಡೌಟ್ ಬಂತು ಸರ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳಿದೆ.
That's what, see, what I'm trying to convey is your business applications nowadays, right, are always well connected with enterprise networks. Let us say you have a business at Bangalore today, right? Maybe let us assume that you are running one right, a software industry at Bangalore, correct? And let us say you have one more same company maybe running the another office at Mysore, another office at Bombay, another office at Delhi, another office at USA, right? So you have your own enterprise network to do your business ultimately, correct?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
Yes or no? See, you
Sir.
are trying to do a business as well. You are establishing your own enterprise network. Okay. without your network establishment, it is not at all possible to do a business ultimately, correct? Or else you are trying to establish your own right independent network everywhere, the cost will go up. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Right. So how you are supposed to be well connected, even if the customer of Mysore, you can just push it to Bangalore and vice versa. That's what is happening. You get some business at USA and you push that project to Bangalore. Okay. And you will get it done from somebody and you will get, there'll be a good business out of it. That's it. That's how things are going to work out. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Any other
Thank you,
question?
sir. No, sir.
Any other questions? Yeah, I think you can start working, and if any questions you can ask me later also, no problem. Start preparing your right course content thoroughly, because you don't have, there will be an SE examination. So unless until you're not doing, there will be an you know uh, serious attempt of even your CAE 3 right, and assignment submission and seminar presentation. Okay, things are going to be evaluated accordingly. Right? So don't blame me later. Right, sir has not given marks. It's not possible to give the marks just like that. You are supposed to earn the marks by yourself. Okay, so but your efforts are very much required from your end. We may be flexible in our process, but you, without putting the Libyan efforts, without doing anything, it is not possible to, right, uh, push anybody to the next level. Please take care these words, right, very seriously. It is not only my subject, it is relating to all courses in second semester. And also be very serious with your minor project work as well. I'm expecting, right, each group need to be design a paper and submit the paper to the upcoming conference of our own. Okay, that is CSIT SS 2021. There's an international conference which is tie up with Florida International University, and also co-sponsored, financially co-sponsored by the Libyan, right, IEEE Bangalore chapter. And this paper publication, if provided, if paper is selected for the conference, it is going to be indexed in case of the Libyan Scopus. Right, that is a value added to all of you. Right, don't push up this work also till the end, because most of the time, you just say that right, it's not required, it's not required, because I have seen that many times from your seniors itself, it is not my job. Okay, why I have to do it? No, don't do it like that. Okay, at least you are there in a pair, all of you, two members. I think focus towards it as well. Right, and try to submit your work as well. Right, let it be useful work at the end of your second semester.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, the third internals will be online or offline, sir?
ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬೇಕು ಸರ್? ಆಫ್ಲೈನ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಸರ್?
ಸರ್ ನೀವು ಕೊಡೋತರ ಸರ್, ನಮ್ಗೇನು ಸರ್?
Okay, see, we are giving, there will be an online only, not an offline. Right?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
I think you are very happy now, Karthik, right?
No, sir. Nothing like that, sir. I just wanted to be aware of that, that's all.
Yeah, I see. According to me, there will be an offline is good, actually. Correct, and some of you, I mean, it's an inevitable situation. We cannot blame anybody in this particular situation. Okay, so you don't worry about whether it is an offline or online. Correct. As for the instruction, as of now, it is an online, I mean, only. Okay, prepare for it and get ready for your CAE 3, which is going to start from, there will be in September 6th. Okay, there is no postponement in it. From 6th onwards, September 6th onwards, your CAE 3 is going to start. Right, that's what I said. Early we get, there will be an 8 to 9 classes to complete the whole syllabus of your course contents from all the courses. Right, so that's why start reading now itself. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll stop record.